way, I was looking at Codex WordPress on enqueue script, and right here is where I got this from. So this is a great reference site. WP enqueue script. You can get spelling, you get sample, whatever. And we're looking for one like this, WP enqueue script. So this is what we're trying to load up here, but there's something we're going to do with it. Let me show you. To load a JavaScript file, there's more information that we want to look at. And I'm going to do some hit line returns at the end of our commas so you can see what's going on. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, what is all this stuff? First of all, enqueue script means we're loading up a script, not a style sheet. That would be style. So script name, and this is Bootstrap. -js. We'll just put -js. We want to make sure that that script has a name, and we put it, we get it right from our folder. So let's take a look. So that's bootstrap.min. I just called it bootstrap-js. I don't think that's as important. And then we got to get the file name from that folder too. So we click on here, copy this. Now, the other thing though is get template directory is this is the wrong one. We don't want to use that. We want to use get style sheet directory. But we'll fix that in just a second. I just want to paste this here because I already did it. So just grab this get style sheet directory URI. Remember, template directory is to the parent theme, not the child theme. So this is the child theme. Okay. So we're going to get the style sheet directory URI. It's going to get the path, and it's going to add this to the end of that path. And that'll get us all the way to bootstrap.min.js. Now, this array, we leave this as it is. This right here is the version of Bootstrap. So we want to put the version thing on there. And we're going to get it right from this. There it is, 3.3.4. And we paste that inside of single quotes. And true, what this is about is there's a part on the enqueue script that says, do we put it in the footer or not? And if we put true, it's going to put that link in the bottom of our page, not at the top. And that is best practice for JavaScript. You do want to load your JavaScript in the bottom. There might be some cases where you don't, but in the case of Bootstrap, that is for sure what we're doing. Okay, so there's your code. You can pause it and take a look at it. There is one more piece we need to do. Bootstrap is based on jQuery. So we need to add jQuery in the array. I remember there was a reason for having that array there. So what we're saying here is this is going to be based on jQuery. So it's going to use jQuery to do what it's doing. So of course, once you have all this coded, we've got to test it. The only way to test it is to load it, and we're going to use FileZilla to do that. Okay, so here we are, and I'm in FileZilla. I'm in my student folder. I want to open up the HTML5 reset theme. I want to open up the HTML5 reset child folder. And then on the right, I'm going to go to WP content and themes, and I'm looking for the HTML5 reset child. And so you can see functions, readme, style. I need to now move all of my files there, including functions. Now, readme and style have not changed, but functions has, so sometimes it's just easier to copy it all. But don't move Git over. It's going to take a little bit longer. So what you're going to do is just right-click and choose Upload. So I want to move from CSS down to functions because I changed functions, and I want the JS font CSS, so I just right-click and choose Upload. Now when I get to functions, I changed it. So I always do overwrite, and I click Always Use This Action. I might make mistakes from time to time and mess things up by doing that, but by putting everything in version control, you're sort of protecting yourself a little bit. Once you have it all uploaded, what I want you to do is, if you did it right and you already have your page open, let's see if I can get my page open now. Remember this page? Hit refresh on it. And if I did it correctly, it should change. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I got it working somewhat. But I find it interesting that in my other one, I have these margins here. So something might not be going right, and I'm not sure what that is. One of the things you could do is look for all of your style sheets. So click on View Page Source, and then look for Bootstrap. So I'm doing a control font. I just type out boot. Okay. So I have this ID equals Bootstrap CSS. Oh, that's what it does. By naming it bootstrap-css, it creates it as an ID. There's my link. There's bootstrap.min.css. Then bootstrap theme, bootstrap-theme.min.css. So those are working great. So now I'm going to go, notice jQuery is, there's a link just down here somewhere, right there. And then click down. Okay, I have a problem. I don't have my Bootstrap JavaScript file working. So now I have to figure out what's wrong there. First thing I want to see is functions. No, it hasn't been saved. That's it. I didn't save my changes. So now I'm going to upload it, and I hope that will work. Upload functions. Go back to the page. Hit refresh. Still not working. One more time. Nope. Okay, let me just double check on the source there. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the theme. I don't have the centering technique on this WordPress site. And yet I did it over here and it worked. So I'm doing something right here and I'm not doing it right over here. So what I've done, in order to figure this out, I've put on F12, which is the debugger. And I could kind of tell that it was probably something like this. And on the div, where it has an ID of wrapper, we have this wrapper. Okay, 960 pixels with a margin of 20 pixels auto. So, whatever applied this, it's not being applied on this page. And sure enough, if I go over here and I click on the div wrapper, there is no such styles. So then it got me thinking, okay, why is that not being applied? And where is it, on the other one, where are we getting this from? If I click on here, it doesn't help me much. It doesn't say much. If I click it, it takes me here, and I can't quite tell. It says it's the HTML5 reset theme style.css. So that's where it's applying the style. So this one, style.css, is working, and I can see it right there as the link. So sure enough, if you open it up, in the parent theme, you can see if I scroll down, we look for wrapper. Let's go back up here. I do a wrapper, search for it. Oh, we can't find it in this one. Oh, that's the reset theme. Wrong one. 1 second while I close that. So I go into the parent theme and I look at style and I edit. I'm just going to click edit and we're looking for wrapper. So I just do a search for wrapper. There it is. Okay, so here's our problem. We are failing to load style. So now we're going to do a little sleuthing and figure out why not, and then I'll tell you why, or why not. I think I found my problem. I opened up on the left. This is the functions from my period 1 class, and this is it for this class. I did the reset before I did style. Why is that? I think it's because I have parent style here and parent style here, not because I did it in a different order. I think what I need to do is call this style reset. And then call this, or we can even call it parent reset. I would wonder if this is not working either, so I'm going to change this to parent reset. I'm going to save them both. I'm going to try them on both sites. I'm going to try to upload them both. First, let's test the one that wasn't working and see if it is working now. That was working. This wasn't. Hit refresh. I did it right. We'll know as soon as that shows centered. And it does. Great. There we go. That was our problem. Now let's just see if by changing it on the other one, we don't mess anything up. So here we go. I'm in the other one. There's the functions from my period 1, and I'm on teacher period 1. Upload, overwrite the files. Now let's test it on the other one and just make sure that that one is still continuing to work properly. They should both function basically the same. I don't see an error on my period 3. I hit refresh, and I shouldn't see one on period 1, although we might see a slight change when we do it. And, oh, that's because I had zoomed in on this one, and there we go. That's full screen there, full screen here. Both of them are now working. And let's look at the final code. Here we go, and there it is. So the thing is when you enqueue a style, make sure you name them differently. So there's parent reset, parent style. I wanted to do reset before the style. I would think that that's the order in which you should do it. Otherwise, reset could override some of the parent styles. Then we add our child style last. That's the last thing we want to add. And we do this array parent style. And then, so I think it kind of, I don't know what that does. All right, so then we load our Bootstrap files. We load our JavaScript files. That is good. And there is the code in its entirety. Let's just zoom up just a little bit. Just make sure you have those PHP functions there. And there it is. Final code. You can pause at it, take a look at it in all of its glory. Thank you very much. We will see you later as we start actually taking Bootstrap and putting in new styles and configuring it in new ways to take advantage of the grid and other components.